Hello students, it's time for Act 2 now. Julius Caesar, this is teacher Shumana, and you've joined my class, and please do watch the video till the end, and please let me take this opportunity to just inform you that I have already started uploading questions and answers, that is reference to the context questions and answers in a separate video, and I will be continuing to do so, and please do subscribe to get a regular update of what is being uploaded, and please pay attention so that I am able to begin teaching you Act 2, Scene 1 now. Scene 1. Rome, Brutus in his orchard. Brutus, what Lucius? Ho, I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how near today. Brutus says that he cannot understand how near today it is, because it is night. It was after midnight that they had come there, and give guess how near today. Lucius, ho. So I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. So he feels that it is his fault if he chooses to sleep soundly, when Lucius went awake, I say, what Lucius? So he tells Lucius to be awake, to wake up from his sleep. Enter Lucius. He is calling out for Lucius. Now enter Lucius. Lucius says, called you, my lord. Lucius was indoors, he was sleeping, and so Lucius comes out. He is saying, called you, my lord. Brutus says, get me a taper in my study, Lucius. So taper is what is a taper? That is it's a candle, and get me a taper in my study, the place he studies in that particular room. So get me a taper in my study. It shows that Julius Caesar, it shows that Brutus is a scholar, and he has his own study room, and Lucius is being asked to go and light a taper there. Lucius says, Brutus says, when it is lighted, come and call me here. Lucius, I will, my lord, and exit. He goes off to light the taper in his study. Brutus says now, it must be by his death, and for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. That is, it must be by his death. It is only that by the death of Julius Caesar that Rome can be set free of all the oppression that has been generated by him. And for my part, and that is for Brutus's part, he feels, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. He feels there is no personal reason, that he should behave badly with him, or that he should be kicking him out, or behaving badly with him, or doing anything harsh or harmful to him. But for the general, that is for the general good, he feels that Caesar should be dead. He feels for the general good, if he feels that though he himself, he has got no personal grudge against Caesar, yet he feels that he has no reason to attack Caesar, yet he feels for the general good Caesar must die. But for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. Now, if he is crowned, he would be crowned means if he is crowned, how that might change his nature is the question. Now, these conspirators, they are feeling that all the commoners, if they are getting to be Caesar's fans, then Caesar is definitely getting his power increased through his popularity among the general mass. But this is what the conspirators are not liking. They feel that Rome is getting oppressed, and that Rome should be freed from the dictatorship of this particular man, Julius Caesar. So Brutus feels, but for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature is the question. So he feels that if he is crowned, how that might change his nature. That means Brutus, because he is his friend, definitely he shares a good relation, but he feels that if he is crowned, his behavior and his nature may change. How that might change his nature, there's the question. So these conspirators, before even anything at all happens, they are planning to do away with this leader, Julius Caesar. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder. Now, it is the bright sunlight that brings forth the adder. Adder is a very deadly snake, and it should be killed before it is able to pour its poison on anybody at all. It is the bright day. It is his good time now, because all the plebeians, the commoners, they are actually favoring him. They are liking Julius Caesar. They are actually supporting him. These conspirators are getting really frightened of that. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves very walking. So, and that is the reason, if the adder is out, we have to be very careful walking around. Crown him, that then I grant we put a sting in him. That is, if we crown him, we are surely going to put a sting in him. That at his will he may do danger with. That he can do danger with willingly. He will be taking the step to commit such things which can put such actions which can put people to danger. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. So the abuse of goodness or the greatness, that is, suppose he becomes the king, and he is obviously, it's a great position. Now he feels that if Julius Caesar chooses to abuse the greatness, the abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. He will be powerful, and he will be removing all sense of heartfulness towards people. From that, he will be removing that sense of liking the people totally, and that is the reason they feel that he is going to get dangerous. And so to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections fade. So if Brutus says that if he has to talk truthfully about Caesar, there is he hasn't seen a point when his affections have swayed more than his reason. So he has always been reasonable, and he has never seen his affections to get swayed. But 'tis common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder. But it's common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder. And when he once attains the utmost round, that is, these people in the low categories of the society, they are helping him to climb the ladder. That lowliness is young ambition's ladder, and he is behaving very humbly. Julius Caesar is behaving very humbly because he is getting the support of all. That is the reason he is getting the support of all the commoners. But Brutus feels that once he has attained the greatness, once he has attained that chair, once he has attained the kingship, he may not be as he is now. That is when once he attains the utmost round, when he goes to the topmost rung of the ladder, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. That is, he will be looking up at the clouds then, and he will be jeering, scorning at the base degrees, at everybody who has helped him to climb the ladder. He will be looking down upon them, by which he did ascend, by which he climbed up the ladder. So Caesar may. That is all an assumption. They are feeling that Caesar may do this, and this is Brutus's speech. So Brutus is feeling that Caesar may do this. So Caesar may, lest he may prevent. So before he is able to do that, let us prevent him from doing it. And since the quarrel will bear no colour for the thing it is, he is, fashion it thus. For that what is augmented would run to these and these extremities. That is, we have to put it in such a way, that is, when it is augmented, when it is the present power were to be increased, then according to this nature, according to this quality of Brutus which he might attain, then it might as well, he should be just not allowed to reach that stage, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg. So we should think him as a serpent's egg. Accordingly, Brutus is feeling that they should think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched would at this as his kind grow mischievous, which hatched would as his kind grow mischievous. So Brutus should be thought of as a serpent's egg, and he should be just not allowed to, he should be killed as an egg, and he should not be allowed, and it should not be allowed to hatch and grow. So Brutus is saying that it is best that he is killed in the shell. Enter Lucius. So long we've seen that Brutus, where is he? He is in the orchard, and this is whatever he tells himself. It's a soliloquy, and it is something what he is talking to himself, and he is talking to himself in the orchard, okay, of his house. Now enter Lucius. Lucius says, "The taper burneth in your closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper." The taper burneth in your closet, sir. So the taper, I have just lighted the taper. Now searching the window for a flint. What is a flint? A flint, is such a stone. When you just rub it, you get fire. So when he was searching the window for a flint, he found this paper. He found a certain piece of paper, and that's sealed up. And I'm sure it did not lie there when I went to bed. That is, he is Lucius being very careful. He has already been very observant, and he says that I did not see it when I had gone to bed, and gives Brutus the letter. Brutus says, "Get you to bed again. It is not day. So please go and go back to sleep. Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March?" So he says, "Is not tomorrow the Ides of March?" he is asking. Lucius says, "I know not, sir." Brutus says, "Look in the calendar and bring me word." Lucius says, "I will, sir." Brutus says, "The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them." Brutus tries to read that bit of paper, whatever is written in that piece of bit of paper, and he says that the exhalations whizzing in the air, that is the meteors which are shooting past him, past in the sky, are giving him enough light that he may read by them. So what is he reading? Opens the letter and reads. Brutus, Brutus, thou sleepest, awake, and see thyself shall roam and say, speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest, awake. So this is what is written here, and what is written in that piece of paper. and it's obviously very important. By the way, let me just remind, do we remember that this is all Cassius's ideas, that they will be writing bits of papers and throwing them and somehow reaching them to Brutus, and so that he is able to read them and thus understand how much the people really want him to overtake Julius Caesar. Such instigations have been often dropped where I have took them up. Shall Rome and see, thus I must piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man so thus I must piece it out. Thus I must fill in the gaps now. Whatever this is a very short letter, I must fill in whatever remaining has to be said here. So this is what Brutus fills in with. Shall Rome stand under one man so? What, Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive, when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise. In the redress, if the redress will follow, thou receivest the full petition at the hand of Brutus. That is, Rome, I promise you to give my fullest cooperation. That is, such a thing will not happen. So anybody, O Rome, I make the promise, that is, if the redress will follow, and he solemnly vows that this will lead him, that it is being, he is getting more or less determined to go against Caesar and to get him ousted. Enter Lucius. Lucius, sir, March is wasted 15 days. So what is it? If it is wasted 15 days, that means it's the 15th of March on that day. Do we remember that it is known as the Ides of March as well? Knocking within. Brutus, 'tis good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Exit Lucius. Since Lucius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma. That is, there's somebody at the gate and Lucius goes to find out who it is. Brutus is saying, since Cassius did first wet me against Caesar, Cassius, he is trying, we've seen in the previous act that he has been trying to instigate and convince Brutus to go against Caesar. So he is saying, since that time, he has not slept. It is like a terrible phantasma, a nightmare that he is going through, or a hideous dream. The genius and the mortal instruments are then in council. The genius, the brain, which tells you to work, and the mortal instruments, the hands and legs with which you work, are then in council. They are sitting, they are actually, his mind and body are getting geared up to be put into action. And the state of man, the realm of man, whatever he is, like to a little kingdom, that is, he compares himself to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection. That is, he is extremely disturbed and he feels that there should be some amount of peace to be, which requires to be restored here within himself. Now enter Lucius. Lucius, sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you. Brutus says, is he alone? Lucius, no, sir, there are more with him. M-O-E, though the spelling here it is, but it is actually, it means more. There are more with him. Do you know them? Lucius, no, sir. Their hats are plucked about their ears. and half their faces are buried in their cloaks, that by no means I may discover them by any mark of favor. That is, I cannot understand at all who they are, because I cannot make out, as they are, their head and faces are covered. Brutus, let them enter. M means them. Let them enter. Exit Lucius. Brutus says, they are the faction. Faction is that group of conspirators. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night? O conspiracy, are you ashamed to show your dangerous self at night, when evils are most free? Now, though they are conspirators, and even then they are not able to show themselves, move around freely, even at night, when evils are supposed to be roaming around freely. Conspirators then also have to hide themselves. So somewhere he feels that there is something wrong in which they have planned. Brutus has such a feeling. Oh, then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough? So where will you find yourself a place to hide during the daytime? To mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none, conspiracy. So just try to find out nothing absolutely. Hide it in smiles and affability. Hide it in smiles. Put a good behavior on. For if thou part thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention. That is Erebus, where the evil, the dark region, it is the dark region between earth and the underworld. The earth and the underworld, there is a dark region, that is the Erebus, and even that would be dim enough to hide you. So don't try to do that. Then enter the conspirators: Cassius, Casca, Decius, Cinna, Metellus, Cimber, and Trebonius. Cassius says, I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. That is, I think we are too bold, we are too harsh, we are too troublesome to just interrupt your resting period. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you? Brutus says, I've been up this hour, awake, all night. That is, I have not been sleeping. Know I these men who come along with you? That is, do I know these men who are coming along with you? Yes, and every man of them. And no man here but honors you. And everyone who has come here honors you. And everyone doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself which every Roman bears of you. And here, all those who have come, they honor you. And they have only one wish in their mind. That is, you should be aware of whatever, every single Roman, they hold you in high esteem. And you should be aware of that. That is all that they have in their minds. This is Trebonius. Brutus says he is welcome hither. That is, he is welcome here. Cassius, this Decius Brutus, he is welcome too. This Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber, they are all welcome. What watchful cares to interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night? That is, all the faces wear a very troubled look. Their eyebrows are, they are twisted, they are thoughtful, then their eyes show that they have been awake all night and they are not at peace. Cassius says, shall I entreat a word? That is, can I talk something to you in secrecy? Brutus and Cassius whisper. Decius says, here lies the east. Doth not the day break here? Here, east is the region, the direction in which the sun rises. It is also the region, it is also the place where the Capitol lies, where the Capitol is situated, located. And it is also the place which they have chosen to assassinate Caesar. So obviously, if Caesar is murdered there, then there is the chance of a great hope arising from that direction, and that is compared to daybreak as well. So here lies the east, Decius says. Doth not the daybreak here? Casca, no. Cinna, oh pardon sir, it doth. Cinna says, that is, I beg your pardon, but it does arrive, the day breaks there. And yon grey lines, that is yonder, that is nearby, those grey lines nearby, that fleck the clouds, that is near the clouds, are messengers of day. Casca says, you shall confess that you are both deceived. That is, both of you should confess that whatever you are saying is wrong. Here, as I point my sword, the sun rises, which is a great way growing on the south, weighing the youthful season of the year. What is the youthful season of the year? It's springtime, we know, the feast of Lupercal, where the race is run, the progress of the race, the order of the course. We read it in the previous act. So it is springtime now. Some 2 months hence, up higher towards the north, he first presents his fire, and the high east stands as the Capitol directly here. So with this, I will be finishing off today's class, and I will be continuing immediately after this line in the next class. Thank you.